Good morning, dear kids. Today we will continue our chapter 11, our Constitution. In previous video, we discussed about a few things about our Constitution. And today we have three topics: Directive Principle, Fundamental Rights, and Fundamental Duties. So let's begin with Directive Principles. A principle is the basic idea behind something. Our constitution asks the government to act and make laws according to certain principles. The principles include ensuring the good of the people, setting up of panchayats, protecting forest, wildlife, etc. A lot of work has already been done. As you have learned, panchayats are working in our villages. Laws have been made to help workers, women, tribals, and the backward caste. The government has decided to provide free education to children between the ages of 6 to 14. Okay, so class, certain directive principles are laid down in our constitution. They are the guidelines to the government. Some directive principles are given as follows. First, the government should see the living condition of the people. Second, the government should look after public health. Third, people of backward classes should get proper attention to lead a better life. Fourth, children up to 14 years age should be given compulsory and free education. Fifth, the government should protect and improve the environment and also protect forest and wildlife, and so on. Now, our next topic is fundamental rights. Some important rights have been given to us as fundamental rights by the Constitution. No one, not even the government, can take these away from us. If someone tries to, we can go to court. Of course, when people break laws, the courts can take away some of their rights. For example, people can be jailed for robbery. This takes away some of their freedom. So, here are some fundamental rights. First is right to equality. All Indians have equal rights. This means people cannot be stopped from doing a job, studying in an institution, buying property, entering a public place, and so on the basis of their caste, religion, or sex, or whether they are rich or poor. It also means that the law is the same for everyone. Okay, what does it mean? The right to equality means that all citizens are equal before the law. All citizens, irrespective of their religion, caste, race, sex, and place of birth, are treated as equal. Okay. Next is right to freedom. All Indians have the right to lead their lives and express themselves freely. They can do any job they like, travel anywhere, stay in any part of the country, form groups and associations, speak in public, and write or express themselves in any way they like. However, they cannot do something against the law or something that is harmful to others. Okay, all these rights come under right to freedom. Now, next is right to freedom of religion. Everyone can follow the teachings of his or her religion. People can build places of worship and spread their religion freely. The right to freedom of religion means that all people are free to follow any religion. Now, next is cultural and educational rights. All groups of people have the right to keep their language and culture alive. If a group following a particular religion or speaking a particular language is in minority, means less than half the total population, It has the right to run schools and colleges. Groups of people who are less in number are called minorities. This right protects the minorities. It allows them to develop and preserve their culture. Next is right against exploitation. The Constitution protects us from exploitation or from being treated unfairly. For example, a person cannot be made to work without pay. Similarly, a child under 14 cannot be made to work in a factory or to do any dangerous work. Class: no individual would be forced to work under unfair conditions and without pay. Also, all children below 14 years of age are not allowed to be employed because a child is meant to learn, not to earn. Now, our next right is right to constitutional remedies. A remedy is a solution. Any Indian can go to a court to seek a remedy if his or her fundamental right is taken away by anyone, including the government. Okay, so all citizens are free to move the court in case their fundamental rights are taken away or threatened. Next is right to education. Children between the ages of 6 to 14 have the right to get free education. This right was added in our constitution in 2002 by our parliament. So, our next topic is fundamental duties. Just as we have rights, we have some duties too. Class, the Constitution of India expects duties towards the country. Such duties are called fundamental duties. Some of these duties are to respect the Constitution, the national flag, and the national anthem. Next, to believe in and work for the unity of our country. Next, to defend the freedom of our country. Next, to treat others as equals and to respect their beliefs. Next, to protect our natural environment and keeping our surroundings clean. Next, to protect public property. Next, we must preserve our cultural heritage. Next, parents or guardians must send their children to school. Okay, so I have some questions for you. Millions of small children in India work in shops, in factories, and in homes. Is it allowed by the law? Do you think these children know about their fundamental rights? Can we consider the people who employ small children as good citizens? Here is the answer. No, the law does not allow small children to work in shops, factories, or homes. The Indian Constitution not allowed employment of children below 14 years of age. This working child do not know about their fundamental rights. Maybe they don't know, and people who employ small children are not good citizens according to our law. Now your chapter is over. Take a quick recap of the chapter. The rules according to which a country is governed form its constitution. Our constitution was prepared by a committee headed by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and approved by the Constituent Assembly. We adopted it on 26 January 1950. India is a democratic republic. The head of the country is the president. The government is formed by elected leaders. India is a union of states in which each state has its own government. However, matters that are of importance to the whole country are looked after by the union government. India is a secular country. The government does not support any particular religion. Directive principles are some basic ideas based on which the government is to act and make laws. The principles include the good of the people, setting up of panchayats, protecting forest and wildlife, etc. Our constitution gives us some fundamental rights that no one can take away. These are right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies, and right to education. We must respect our constitution, the national flag, and the national anthem. We must work for the unity of our country and defend its freedom. We must treat others as equal and respect their beliefs. We must protect our natural environment and public property. These are some of our fundamental duties. Now, your homework is read the chapter carefully and fill the bookwork. Thank you.